Coming up next from downtown. Well, the weekend obviously isn't. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at power forward.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And here's George after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. George looking around. 5 to shoot. Over Richardson. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Makes it off the glass. And here's George. From deep. Pass to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubac.
That was their first miss of the game. 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
Porzingis against Leonard. Finney-Smith passes to Marjanovic. The wide open look here for Porzingis, and it's off from 3-point range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now, here's Doncic. He has 5. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son's a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Dallas. And here's Morris for 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Jackson against Doncic. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Well, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now Kennard, after the missed three from Reggie Jackson. A shot by Batum, no good. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson dishes to Batum. Lets it go with a three. Here's Cousins. He doesn't hit that one.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's Dallas. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Cauley Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Brunson. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Pass to Brunson. Back to Hardaway. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. 13 feet away. Powell with the steal. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. But they recover it. Moves back up. Los Angeles with another miss. Mavericks leading by 5. Brunson finds Kleber. Dallas moving it around. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Good. George has got his second bucket of the night.
You allow Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
At the top of the key, Powell. So the wing on the left. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Now here's Leonard. Pass to Mann. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the first one at the line is good. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. So he gets them both. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. And a miss there on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Leonard. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Zinkas, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Burke. Here's Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Zubac's no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Leonard on the wing. Outside, George. Zubac trying to break loose.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go. Clippers trail by 5. Left side, Leonard. Richardson against George. Fires for 3. A shot off that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Inside. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Now here's Marjanovic. Here's Finney-Smith. His 3 pointers off the mark. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's George. Back to Leonard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Doncic, here we go. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, a great offensive player keeps defenders off balance. Luka Doncic does just that.
He's off on the second. Clippers trail by 6. George with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Doncic against Leonard. Doncic passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
That's about great concentration. Dwight Powell, under duress of the defense, finishes nonetheless.
Outside Leonard. Now the pass to Oturu. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Thanks for joining.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Jackson. Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Cousins, and it's 7. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. The Mavericks leading. Now here's Brunson. Now the dish to Powell. Count that one. Powell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Batum. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Yep, that one goes.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Batum. Morris kicks to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson from long range. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Cauley Stein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Kleba. And the shot goes in. Kleba's got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Down low. Back to Jackson. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Jackson against Brunson. Passes it to Pop. Hardaway against Kennard. Hardaway, no good.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Knocks it loose. Cauley Stein with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Finished off the break. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire. And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kleba's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
There's 1:54 left to play in the third. And here's George for 3. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now Doncic, 10 points for him. We've got 1:28 left in the third. And that one, good. Powell's got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Pass to Oturu. And here's George for 3. That one doesn't drop. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. .46 seconds left to play here in the third. From deep, it's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Marjanovic. Off target from outside. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 13. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here at the... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. J.J. Redick is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Burke. And it's Marjanovic in at the center, locking down the middle. The deep three from George. From beyond the arc and then some.
Well, Paul George able to keep that shot high in the air. This is a dangerous long-range bomber.
It's Redick on the wing. The three. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Redick's got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
From deep, George. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Trey Burke.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Platoon passes to Kennard. Here's Jackson. Lock at 6. A second chance effort. A three from Morris. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Back to Jackson. Second shot opportunity. Cousins trying to free himself up. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Jackson. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Doncic. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Stolen by Jackson. For the finish. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Clippers trail by 9. Outside, George. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 6th rebound on the night. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the 4th. He shoots again. Leonard with the steal. George passes to Okuru. Doncic with the steal. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. From deep. That shot, no good. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Outside Leonard. Back to George. From deep three-point range, the Mavericks pull it in. Finney-Smith kicks to Cauley Stein. Pass to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. We've got 1:08 left in the 4th quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. Doncic feeling it out.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point. You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Porzingis. Count that one. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morris, no good. And the Mavericks with possession. Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. Porzingis way outside. Morris with the rebound. Here's Oturu. And so it's Dallas winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was... Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter's out there with Green. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. And for the Clippers, Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. And Beverley kicks to Rondo. Here's Leonard. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
It's good. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, get with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles. In some ways, that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And so here are the Clippers. Denver getting their last shot to go. Rondo finds Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. Leonard, no luck.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The pass to Jokic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
When you let Jokic get comfortable, it's a wrap. It's all over. He's a skilled scorer on the interior.
Zubac, the pass to Beverley. Leonard on the wing. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. And pushing it up, here's Denver. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Porter.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 6.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pass to Beverly. Back to Rondo. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here's Rivers. 11 feet away. Cousins pulls it in. Morris dishes to Batum. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. Gordon comes in for Porter. George. Yep, it counts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Gordon. Here's Rivers. Passes it to Millsap. Shoots over Batum. And another miss by Denver. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game.
Reggie Jackson for 2.
Denver with the ball. 54 seconds left to play in the first. To the middle. Here's Gordon. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Cousins. Outside Batum. Here's Jackson. Puts the move on. And that's 2 points on the layup. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Rivers kicks to Millsap. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Pass to McGee. Here now the Clippers. They've got an 8-0 run. George, no good. At the top of the key, Millsap. Here's Gordon. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. It's all tied here in Los. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Clippers?
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Nuggets. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's Aaron Gordon.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
The Nuggets shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And Denver with a change here, too. Morris is checked in. George with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. And there's Paul George on the assist from Batum.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The pass to McGee, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Morris. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. McGee against Cousins. And McGee kicks to Rivers. Shot clock at 2. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Outside, George. To the inside, stolen by McGee. Gordon, the pass to Millsap. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
And George gets it to go.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Now, here is Morris. Rivers kicks to Gordon. Basket counts.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Rivers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The shot's good from McGee. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now, here is Morris. Rivers passes to Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Batum with the steal. Got a piece of it. George against Rivers. The Nuggets trail by 4. And McGee kicks to Millsap. Back to McGee. Kicks it out to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
You know, even when the defense is a little handsy, Gordon is a pro at completing these drives.
On the wing, George. Three-pointer. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Beverly. Porter with a block. Now here's Millsap. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Millsap's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets. Millsap with the steal. DeMarcus Cousins, he's been the guy. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to, and for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Cousins has really been making it happen, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got Patrick Beverly. Also, Rajon Rondo out there. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. So they take the lead. Porter's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Denver. Outside Rondo to the right side. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Green against Leonard. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 5.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to put a lot of pressure on their perimeter shooters if he can't convert those chances.
Porter passes to Green. Launches a 3. Drills the three-pointer. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide-open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Beverly, the pass to Oturu. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Now here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Here's Leonard after the Nuggets pick up 2. And Green slams it in.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Leonard. And the shot goes down.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Jokic high post. Tipped away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Rondo's running.
You know, Rondo's always looking to pass, and the threat of him passing can oftentimes open things up for him on the fast break.
Pass to Jokic. Good. Nice job down low. Jokic has got 8 points.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 250 pounds on him. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Oturu, the pass to Beverly. Rondo drives in, and he gets the whistle. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Rivers. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Jokic against Zubats. They kick it out to Green. There's Porter with the three. Batum grabs the miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Rondo against Millsap. Batum trying to break loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
Jackson.
Clock is at 3. Here's Kennard. That one no good. Nice D from Porter. And he commits the intentional foul. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Here's Rivers. 13 feet away. And another miss by Denver.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Here's Rivers. Following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Rivers passes to Jokic.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Cousins finds George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul it.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact, getting to the free throw line.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nuggets lead by 2. We'll be back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's JaMychal Green. Then it's Porter.
Boy, the mid-range J of Jokic, I like it a lot. I mean, you got to D this guy up from that area, or he'll scorch you.
Passes to Oturu. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Porter against George. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And George, here we go. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Paul Millsap picks one up.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
Morris is checked in for Denver.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Outside Millsap. Back to Morris. Lots of room. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Morris. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
George double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. Pass to Kennard. George against Morris. And George, here we go. And there it is for him.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to.
And the pass to Jokic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Zubac is checked in for George.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Morris dishes to Green. Back to Morris. A three ball. That shot off the mark. So the Clippers will take it the other way. George passes to Zubac. Beverly wide open. Off target with his three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Campazzo. Off the mark with the little step back Johnny. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 5. George looking around. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot.
And George drops them both.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Campazzo defended by George. Out to Morris from the arc. The Clippers grab the miss. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. It's George on the wing, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Need more of this from Jokic. When he's active on defense, he's a capable shot blocker.
Denver making a switch here. Harrison's checked in. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
1:46 left in the game. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Oturu's shot is off. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 1. They kick it out to Green. Jokic against Zubac. And Jokic throws it down.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possessions.
Right side George.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Harrison passes to Millsap, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Millsap lives for moments just like this. Calm, cool, collected, taking huge shots when the game is tight.
And now the Nuggets, fast break. Campazzo. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Rondo passes to Zubac. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here's Denver. Here's Green. It's stolen by Rondo. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Leonard looking over the floor. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. But they'll get another chance. So the Nuggets win it. This was a very strong showing for him. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the four-man position. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. And a deep three from George. Rebound by Nurkic.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Stolen by Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. It's tipped. Powell with the steal. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. The Blazers on offense. Nobody near Lillard. Buries it from three-point range. Lillard's got 5 now.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the DIs.
Back to George. Stolen by McCollum. And here's the fast break. Covington passes to Lillard. Powell with it. Leonard picks him up. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. On defense, the Clippers. It's a 5-point game.
Oh, and that's just a great defensive effort there by Beverly. He is all hustle.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Nobody near George. The three-pointer, no good.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
A three from McCollum. Covington kicks to Nurkic, and a wide open look for McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up, but I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
From deep, George. And it's George again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
He had a nice open look right there. Lillard's got 10.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Outside, George. They could use a bucket, and that one goes long.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
A three from McCollum. 0-2 with the rebound. Clippers trail by 13. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. High post shot. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Well, now that they have that monkey off their back, hopefully they can settle down and execute.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard way outside. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Beverly against Lillard. And that one's good. Beverly.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Lillard outside. That one misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard finds George. Back to Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
It's not going to be easy, but they've come this far. I mean, they're right here.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 10. Hits the three-point bomb.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Leonard against Powell. Leonard the pass to Oturu. Inside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front. They lead by 9. And the second quarter about. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
They're just wearing them out. I mean, when you space the floor like this, the defense has to run to expend energy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league. How do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Outside Jackson. Three-pointer. Rondo's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 11. Jones kicks to Powell. Here's the three. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Puts up a three. And he's good on the three ball. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His three-point shot has come a long way.
Here's Simons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Clippers trail by 8 to the paint. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. In the corner, Powell with it. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Cousins. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, you love the confidence of Cousins. His ability to rise up and toss up a shot as soon as he gets the ball is tremendous.
Pass to Cannon. Over Cousins. And he can't bank that one in. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Here's Simons. And the layup falls. Simons has got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Over in the corner, Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson looking it over. 6 on the shot clock. No good from outside.
Oh, defensive breakdowns, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. The three from George. The pass to Beverly. Back to George. Over McCollum. And that one hits back iron. Trailblazers leading by 4. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Okuru. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Anthony.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. McCollum. And finished off by Nurkic.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Now, here's George. From deep. Zubac the pass to George. Got it off in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
An area where
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. Portland came out ready to play, seemingly flawless as the game got underway. And that
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. You talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
We've got Patrick Beverly. He's out there with Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Powell for 3. Cullen passes to Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive. The 3. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Love how assured Lillard is from his spot. He's a confident shooter. He likes pulling up from anywhere.
McCollum against George. From downtown. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Lillard looking around. That 3 off the mark.
Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. The 3 from McCollum. It's good from long range. McCollum's got 6.
He's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Passes it to Kennard. Out left to the wing. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. The 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
Outside Jackson. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And the basket is good. He's got 7.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
From past the arc. And it's Simons missing. Clippers trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Kennard with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And here's McCollum for 3. Pass to Simons. Misses the 3. Clippers trail by 8. And there's the pass to Cousins. Kennard for 3. Unable to get that one. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum left side for 3. The Trailblazers rebound to the middle and stolen by Cousins. Here's Kennard. And it's Portland with the rebound. Simons surveying the D. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No, you can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
McCollum against Kennard. Cousins trying to free himself up. Kennard's shot is off. Portland leading by 10. And McCollum launches it from deep. Takes it out to Covington. Batum with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Jackson. A rebound by Simons. And for Portland, they're shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. They need this one. And it's laid in by Cousins. Cousins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
McCollum right side. Beyond the arc. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat, up 8 points. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Powell. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony, and it's Lillard in at the point. Now George passes it to Beverly. Pocket 6. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shoots it up. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here is Los Angeles now, trailing here by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
George finds Beverly. George against Powell. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. George, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Up the floor. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Fires from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 22.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
And here's George for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Outside, George. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Connects from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Oh, my word. This is a shooting exhibition. A three-point barrage for him.
And here's George for 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Out to Anthony. Out to the wing. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Leonard the pass to George. For the 3. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Lillard from outside. Drills it from outside.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with it. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets them quick.
Outside, George. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And it took him a little while, but he's really got that three working now. This has been a different quarter for him.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George looking around. Fires the three. And another three for the Clippers.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Lets it go from deep. And it's George again missing. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Oh, good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Zubac's the pass to Beverly. And here's George for three. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Lillard outside. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And now the fast break. George with the ball. From deep three-point range, connects from downtown.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. They're hurt just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. And for Dallas, we've got Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at small forward. George, no good.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up. So maybe just a step too far.
Outside, George. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Doncic passes to Richardson. And it's Dallas with another.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Zubac finds Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. High post, Zubac. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. Sinks the three-pointer.
Like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
Beverly against Doncic. From deep. They get it again.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Beverly. The Mavericks making the shot. And it's Leonard missing. Outside, Porzingis. Marjanovic. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Leonard. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Well, George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Al Richardson, 6 points for him. Marjanovic finds Porzingis. In the corner, it's Richardson. Shoots the 3. Porzingis can't hit. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Unreal. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Now, here's Doncic. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic outside. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Doncic against Beverly. And yes, it's good.
Just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And a deep three from George. It's good. This game is all even. George has got 8 points.
We see George hit some threes from way downtown before, and he's at it again.
Doncic feeling it out. Here's Marjanovic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, up 2. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Batuma's out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. The Mavericks leading. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Tim Hardaway Jr., great momentum right to the rim.
And here's Jackson. On the wing, Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kennard on the wing. Left side, Jackson. On the wing, Batum. 5 to shoot. Floats one up. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Dallas leading by 4. Hardaway with a wide open look. Traps in the tray. Hardaway has got 5 points now this quarter.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Cousins. They get it back. That shot is off. And so it's Dallas with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. The shot by Kleber, wide open. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Jackson kicks to Kennard. From the arc. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Here's Kleber. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Burke, the pass to Kleber. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Kleber's got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
The pass to Kennard. Lets it go with the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Cauley Stein goes in. Pass to Kleber. Kicks it to Burke. Dishes it to Hardaway. Down low. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. From 12 feet out. Again, the Mavericks score.
He's got some growing confidence right now in the catch-and-shoot game, Hardaway Jr. Feels like he could score from anywhere.
Outside Jackson. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
A different look for Dallas. Reddick comes in for Maxi Kleber, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Burke. The Clippers also changing it up. Man's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Tries again. Lets it go from 14. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Hardaway against Rondo. That one's not going to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Pass to Brunson. Here's CLA Stein. And the rejection by Cousins. Brunson kicks to Powell. Left side Hardaway. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Pass to Cousins. Inside. Kennard with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one, but they get it back. The pass to Mann. Back to Kennard. Can they get it? It's rebounded by Dallas.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Hardaway passes to CLA Stein. Here's Brunson. Outside for Redick. Pass to Brunson. Back to Hardaway. Now here's Redick. He's guarded closely. Powell, the pass to Redick. Now here's Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Got it up. The shot, no good. And so it's Dallas. Go.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
From the get-go, it was Dallas who came out strong. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Josh Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Doncic outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Doncic has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Mavs. Outside, George entered on the wing. The 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Right around 1.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Dallas moving it around. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
And a deep 3 from George. Doesn't go for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Marjanovic down low. Leonard's there. In the corner, it's Richardson. It's stolen. Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Doncic against Beverly. Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read. Calls his own number and then sends it home.
George way outside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And the Mavericks making a change here. Burks is checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Now here's Burke, guarded by Jackson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
There's the triple. Zubac's the pass to Oturu. And here's Leonard from three. They get it back. Zubac's outside for George. From outside the arc, George missing again.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Doncic. Credit comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Trey Burke. Porzingis looking it over. Passes to Finney-Smith. On the clock. Hardaway from outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Hardaway's got 10.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Pass to Kennard. Outside Jackson. To end the drought. To the inside. And they double up Cousins. Lets the three fly. There's the pass to Kennard. Back to Batum. No good. And so it's Dallas with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the small forward position. Pass to Burke. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Clippers trail by 16. Now Rondo. Passes it to Kennard. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Burke can't get it to go. The Clippers shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Here's Leonard, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Cauley-Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Back to Hardaway. Takes a three. The offensive rebound. Cauley-Stein kicks to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. From deep three-point range. Back to Burke. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
The shot by George, wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Burke with the bounce pass. Kleba kicks to Burke. Stolen by Zubats. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Hardaway, no good. Clippers trail by 13, and he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And Zubats picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Burke. Clock at 4. And that one's good. Doncic.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Beverley. Outside, George. Now here's Beverley. Outside, George. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Kleba. There's the feed to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Kleba inside. Defended by Beverley. Kleba, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Kleba against George. And the Clippers miss again. They burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Back to Beverley. He kicks it to Leonard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And the three ball is good.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
Fires for 3. And no good that time. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A cup, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. And for Denver, we've got Gordon. He's out there with Jokic. Monte Morris is out there with Porter. Leonard against Porter. Good on the shot. Leonard's got the first points up on the board for Los Angeles. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by Jokic.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Count the basket.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And here's Beverley. Leonard, the pass to Beverley. George against Morris. A 3 ball. And Paul George, good for the 3.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The 3 from George. And the dunk by Zubac.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
And here are the Nuggets now. The Clippers getting the bucket. Shot clock at 6. Gordon kicks to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. They grabbed their own miss. That's tipped. Left side, George, and he makes good on the layup. George has got 5.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. George against Morris. And the basket by Oturu.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Passes it to Jokic. Takes the 3. That one drops for his 2nd bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
And it's George missing. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. Trailing by 2. And Porter, here we go. Jokic passes to Gordon. Back to Jokic. Stolen by Beverley. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's George. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He has 7.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Now the pass to Gordon. To the paint. And he gets the bucket.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Here's Oturu. In the corner, George with it. Ball's knocked loose. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there. And that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Morris against George. And that one is good. George has got 9.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
And here's Morris for 3.
I love the way George can move his feet and challenge the shot without fouling.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more in store for you right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Green is out there with Paul Millsap. And there's Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Harrison in at the 1. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second.
You've got to love the journey JaMychal Green has taken to get into the league, really clawing his way into this team's rotation thanks to his tremendous work ethic.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Cousins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will. So Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Now here is Morris. Off target with the jump hook. Left side, Gordon. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Denver making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Jackson against Millsap. McGee with the block. 3-on-3. Just his first attempt. Porter, no luck. The Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Morris with the bucket.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Harrison passes to Porter. He dishes it to Millsap. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Paul Millsap is very capable as a spot-up threat.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. That shot off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Jackson from long range. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Porter against Kennard. Millsap misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Back to Morris. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim, he's likely to...
Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a play?
Unbelievable.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Kennard on the wing. Outside Jackson, and Batum kicks to Jackson. From the high post. Launches a three. A shot by Batum, no good.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
Here's Harrison. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. McGee against Kennard. Morris passes to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He can't get anything to fall this quarter. And obviously, that's dragging the whole team down.
Shots good by Green.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Jackson. On the wing, Morris. They could use a bucket. A three-pointer is right on target. Morris has got 5 points in the quarter.
And the one thing about Morris, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive...
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you a pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Paul George. He's out there with Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4. Morris looking over the floor. He kicks to Gordon. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. Leonard finds George. And George with the stuff.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Campazzo, it's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Porter passes to Jokic. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Jokic has got 9 points.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen by George. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Porter passes to Gordon. The kick out to Porter. Jokic with it, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. The Clippers also changing it up. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. George, no good. Stolen by George. And the call up against Jokic. That'll be his second foul of the game. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Leonard finds Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys, they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Lets it go. Millsap passes to Jokic. Bucket is good. Now it's a 5-point Denver lead.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
A three from Leonard. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's George. 13 points in the game. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
The Nuggets leading by 3. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Harrison's checked in. Pass to Jokic. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
Off on the timing, or it may have been a miscommunication. Either way, turnover.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. And he converts the layup.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. 51 seconds left here in the third quarter. Down low. Shot from 12. Offensive rebound. Millsap banked in off the glass. Millsap's got his second bucket.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Left side Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Now here's Jackson. Morris outside. Jackson up top. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jokic.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The third quarter comes to a close. Denver on top, up by 4. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. The Nuggets leading by 4. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Monte Morris. And there's Gordon. That's the group on the floor for Denver. He gets that one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Clippers shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. From deep, George. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. One in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Back to Morris. Denver passing it around. Clock at 6. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Clippers. Passes it to Jokic. Kicks it to Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Jokic. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Leonard.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Gordon dishes to Millsap. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's George. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Millsap running the break like a guard.
Clippers trail by 5. George looking around. The dish to Beverly. Zubac kicks to George. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. The Nuggets leading by 3. Rivers with it. Jokic high post. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Good on both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Rondo passes to George. Launches it. And again, no good by the Clippers. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. Second shot opportunity. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
LA has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. George from deep 3-point land, and the Clippers miss again.
And there hasn't been anything easy for them in this period.
You've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Clippers trail by 8. Jokic with the steal. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Clippers have possession. Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. The shot by George, no good.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Stolen by Zubac. Leonard attacking. And the pass to George to the left side wing. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he makes that one. Millsap's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
And here's Leonard. From deep, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He clearly wants to try and close this game out strong, but your deep range isn't there. You just can't keep forcing it.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nuggets.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside, and that was working all game long.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jokic.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Pass to Jokic. Outside Millsap. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Porter. Campazzo. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Here now, the Clippers.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And, you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Now Rondo. So the Nuggets win it even early on in this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
for the land of the free.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the power forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Stolen by McCollum. They push it up 4 on 3. And Lillard throws it down.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here is George. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Stolen by George. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And that one's good. Lillard.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside, George. This one for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's McCollum. And it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Clippers foul.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Lillard. 5 on the clock. A 3 from McCollum.
Well, not only is he a tremendous athlete, but Paul George is a terrific positional defender. He just uses that body so well to contest shots.
From deep. But they recover it. Zubac the pass to George. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
It's George on the wing. The tray. Good on the triple.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
That's tipped. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Simons. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. It's good. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 3. Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan. Not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Leonard. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Simons, the pass to Canner. Jones, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Jackson. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Clippers trail by 5. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And a wide open look for McCollum. A three-pointer off the mark.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Batum with the steal. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Here's Mann. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Count it, good. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a puck.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland. Anthony out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Powell, the pass to Anthony, and there's the feed to Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
There's Jackson with the 3. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Pass to Batum. Cousins, the pass to Mann. 4 on the clock. Jackson from long range. He scores, and he's off the schneid with that basket. 1 for 7 on a tough night for him. Kanter, high post. Lobs it up for Kanter. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. There's the 3. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. George is checked in for the Clippers. Launches a 3. Sinks the triple. George has got 6 points.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
Now, here's Lillard. And it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Clippers trail by 8. Outside Jackson. Over in the corner, Batum. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Fires at the elbow. A shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
There's Jackson with the 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
That's his second bucket from range this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard scanning the floor. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Here's George. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 8 points for him.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do there. Uses that height to get a clean look over the smaller defender.
Lillard attacking. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Jones. Now, here is George. He's got 8. Oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. But they'll get another chance. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 14 points and 2. And that'll do.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. Jumps up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 14. No one near him. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. They get the rebound. Zubac. Oturu, the pass to Beverley. From deep, George hands it from downtown. George has got 11.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
Lillard outside. From deep. And it's Lillard again missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's George again missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league. This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Kennard's checked in. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. A nice shot by Simons.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Here's the pass to Kennard. Here's Zubac. The rebound by Simons.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Out to Anthony. Covington wide open. He fires. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 8. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. Shot, high post. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Simons surveying the D. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Jones checked in for Robert Covington.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's George. He's got 13. Los Angeles with another miss.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
A nice shot by George.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Pass to Simons. Dishes it to Cantor. And he banks in the layup. Cantor's got 10 points.
The efficiency of Enes Kanter is impressive. This guy's massive on the blocks and knows how to score.
George way outside. And Kanter pulls it down. Cantor's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Anthony kicks to Kanter. Passes it to Simons. Kanter against Cousins. Shot clock at 6. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist from Enes Kanter. And now an 11-point Portland lead.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Anthony on the wing. McCollum right side. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. McCollum's got the lead up to 14 now for Portland. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Portland out in front. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Jones in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
Lillard with it. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Good D by McCollum.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Pass to Beverly. It's George on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony, and Norman Powell subbed in for Jones. Lillard against Rondo. Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, George. From past the arc. Portland grabs the miss. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Now Powell, and there's the pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. It's a second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Rondo passes to George. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Lillard from outside hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 19 points.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
Outside Rondo. Back to George. The tray. That doesn't go either for George.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
The shot by Powell, no good. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 16-point game. Zubac, that's good.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint. And make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Here's Lillard. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's the teardrop, and it's good on the way-in. He's got 21.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Portland.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Outside Rondo. Leonard with no one around. And another three for the Clippers.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Here's Rondo. To the middle. Kennard kicks to Zubats. Rondo looking around. Oturu, the pass to Zubats. Outside Leonard, pass to Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard for 3. The shot misses. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.